The changes to U.S. immigration policies are leading to changes in some classrooms. The U.S. Department of Homeland Security issued a directive last week allowing immigration enforcement to arrest undocumented migrants in places such as churches and schools. But across the nation, students and educators worry that the policy change could jeopardize the learning environment. Chelsea Six shares some of those concerns from our sister station in Cincinnati.
Our students are currently living in fear that they will be deported.
Cincinnati public teacher Kendra Adamson spoke up at Monday's Board of Education meeting.
In multiple classes, I am missing half of my students, many of whom have said specifically that they're scared to come to school because of the potential of those raids.
President Donald Trump's border czar says they're first targeting people in the country illegally, convicted or arrested for a serious crime. But he says it could point them to other illegal immigrants in the area.
We're sending a message. It is not okay to be in this country illegally. It is not okay to enter this country illegally. It is a crime, and there's going to be consequences.
The Department of Homeland Security Secretary issued a directive allowing federal agents to arrest illegal immigrants at churches and schools. But this could put school leaders in between. School districts are legally not allowed to ask about a parent or student's citizenship or immigration status. Federal law says all children in the U.S. are entitled to equal access to an education, regardless of immigration status. The School Superintendents Association is offering resources to school leaders on student privacy rights and other laws they should keep in mind if an ICE agent shows up.
So there are some legal requirements that they absolutely have to do, but then within that, there's certain ways that they can coordinate or cooperate with ICE enforcement in different ways. Whatever that plan is, likely developed with the school board, the staff, other community leaders, whatever that plan is, it then needs to be communicated to staff and front desk staff and also to families.
Most districts already have policies on law enforcement searches. In a statement, Cincinnati Public Schools said, quote, CPS does not permit law enforcement activities, including immigration enforcement on school property or during school hours without proper legal authorization. Student records are protected by law and will not be disclosed without a court order or subpoena. Searches and seizures on school property require a lawfully issued warrant. While many schools are reviewing their policies, as of now, it's just a precautionary measure.
Yes, the protected areas doctrine has been rescinded, but that does not mean, so it opens the possibility that ICE enforcement and immigration enforcement officers could go to schools, but that doesn't mean that it will happen and that it's inevitable.
The Trump administration also announced last week that the Remain in Mexico policy will be reinstated. That policy forced non-Mexican asylum seekers to wait in Mexico until their asylum claims were resolved. A report from the BBC says that policy impacted more than 70,000 people during President Trump's first term.